Hey, it's Drybear. Dune Awakening is just 2 days away for the early access if you got the deluxe or the ultimate edition, or if you're waiting for full launch for June 10th, we've got 7 days to go. So we've got some pretty exciting times on the way, and something that I did for several other games that have character creators is I went through and made 20 different presets. I tried to be as varied as I could. Obviously, I'm a human being. I went off some of the ideas that chat had suggested and things to create there, but the whole point of this is to express the full length and breadth of the character creator system. You can use any of these character creator creations by either copying them into your game. Down below in the comments and the description, I have a link to all of the JSON files that you can use. They have the character creator available on Steam right now. If you go to Steam and go to the store page for Dune Awakening, there is a download demo option. It says demo, but it's actually just the character creator, so you can use that to create whatever characters you want. Then when the game launches, those JSON files that are created either by something you created before, or if you want to import one of the ones that I have on this video here down below in the comments in the description, you can take that JSON file, put it in the folder, and then when the game launches, you can import that full character setup into the character creator for the launch, and you can take it or you can tweak it if you're trying to make some changes to it to make it fit what you're looking for. So just know that I tried to keep it as varied as I could. I'm sure if you really wanted to, you wanted to have some kind of political agenda on this, you could say there's not enough of X and there's not enough of Y, and you made too many of these, and they're not tall enough, they're not short enough, their skin color, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But I just wanted to create a wide range of things that cover most tropes or ideas, kind of keeping some ideas there. And again, all you have to do is there's going to be a file down in the description. You can copy that, import it into your game if you put it in the right folder. I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video probably, and you can go this. So let's roll through 20 different character creations from the game using the in-game character creator. Starting with character number 1, this is going to be your kind of generic, conventionally attractive female. A little bit of this. Now, one of the downsides of the character creator is I felt like there weren't enough tattoo options. There certainly weren't enough skin options, representation in various areas. Also, it felt like the body and proportion ranges were very narrow, so you couldn't be like, crazy old or crazy young or have all kinds of body proportion, different sizes. So I did my best to keep it varied, but again, we're stuck with the limitations of what is possible here. So this is going to be your kind of typical, conventionally attractive magazine-esque kind of female. Now, it was a thing in Conan Exiles, at least when the game launched, that there were different gameplay implications for female versus male. I don't know if that's actually going to be the case in Dune Awakening. I know some people may want to be female versus male, and it's very possible that the hitboxes are smaller for females. So if you wanted to play a female character, that may have some minor implications for PvP and being shot at. It probably doesn't matter for like melee weapons or anything with an AoE, but if it's like hit scan, instant fire, or pinpoint accuracy, it probably will have a small implication just because you have a smaller silhouette, and it might even have some implications for stealth in general. But this is the first character creator option. And I think what's fun about their creator too is they do kind of show it in different lights as you talk to the Reverend Mother. I also wish we could have, I tried to make a crone, old woman with that, but I think the options are just kind of limited from that standpoint. Keep in mind that during dialogues with NPCs and stuff, you will get full frontals of your character. Even if the other character is talking, it will still jump to your character. Even if you have no dialogue options, sometimes it just looks at your character and you just listen intently, kind of just staring at them like, hey, they're talking, I'm gonna listen, that kind of thing. And it is important to note that the overall vibe, the lighting will change a lot of how your character looks as well, whether it's late at night or you have some sunrise coming up, or if you're inside of one of the laboratories, the dungeons, that sort of thing, or you're flying in an ornithopter, there might be some different representations on how the character looks in general. Next up is number 2. I kind of wanted a grizzled fighter, someone that obviously is very skilled and kind of shows that based on their features and appearance, that sort of thing. I also have kind of a Drybear cinematic universe. I've been playing RPG games since I was a kid, and I have a lot of characters that I have that I've used as reincarnations in different games, and this is one of them. So this is one of like my personal characters, but I think that just kind of having that same vibe of just like, you know, the hair is pulled back, it's very functional, nothing in his face. He's obviously got some battle scars and some wounds, and he's very experienced in combat and has that kind of representation. And I think that like the light colored eyes like that probably pierce really well in some of the lighted areas in the desert in general. Now, obviously, sometimes you're gonna be covered in full armor and you're not gonna be seeing your character all the time, but it is kind of nice to see what the character looks like underneath. And also, again, when you're doing dialogue options and talking to other characters, I think that gives you a lot of, you know, visual representation, so you can see what your character looks like, and you get to see him pop up every now and then, which is kind of part of the RPG or role-playing experience for Dune in general. And here you can see like some of his like gruff features, like strong jawline, strong cheekbones, and then those kind of deep scars from something that really got him good. Maybe he was almost eaten by Shai Hulud or something like that. He's also got kind of like a menacing glare when he looks at the Reverend Mother from the corner of his eye. It's almost kind of like, I feel like he's about to do something, like he's restraining himself right now. Like she's kind of in danger, even though she's got powers. For number 3, again, this is actually a Drybear cinematic universe character, but you don't need to know about that. It's kind of like more like a necromancer style, a little bit leaning onto the Harkonnen style. I also like the shape language of the chin tattoo coming up against the circular lipstick that goes around it as well. And I think the colors fit really well nicely as well. So yeah, one of those characters there. So if you kind of like that style, like a little bit more of a, you know, a little bit like snake-like, a little bit spider-like, you know, it's got some of that reptilian insect vibe to it as well, with some off colors on top of it as well. That would be number 3. I also like the way she looks in low light too, because it just kind of shows off a little bit more of her like alien-like features, and some of the colors stand out a little bit differently as well, which I think is unique for her. Next up, I wanted kind of like a featureless look to it, like Orphan of Kos, or, you know, like something a little bit more mutated or something. So he's got like very minimal features other than just like the base like look, you know, elongated neck, you know, the Harkonnen style skin tone, no eyebrows, nothing, you know, that kind of idea, you know, maybe like more Prometheus style or something like that. So I just want like a featureless kind of Harkonnen that relies a lot more on just like what he's wearing rather than what he is. So this would be that setup here. A super unique character. I think if you're going Harkonnen or you just wanted to kind of play in that same role, I think something like this could be really cool. Number 5 kind of ended up converging towards like a Zoe Saldana kind of look to it, and she has like these bright, piercing golden eyes. I kind of like the lipstick style here with the dots on it. It feels very Dune, and then she's got that cross section there. I feel like the red hair fits her really well, and I kind of like her skin tone as it all brings it all together as well. So if you wanted, you know, another, you know, I would consider conventionally attractive female, then this would be an option for you. And also, you know, if you like the aspect of potentially even having some gameplay benefit to it, and then being able to like take off your armor or helmet and jump into a dialogue with these eyes looking right back at you, with that kind of piercing look to it, then that would be a good option for you as well. Especially in these moments of really low light, I feel like just like the way everything comes together for her, it just kind of pops out with she's just got that piercing gaze. For number 6, I actually tried to recreate Dr. Manhattan. Unfortunately, we can't do like blue skin and stuff like that, but there is the tattoo option in the center of the forehead, and we can do like pupil-less eyes as well. So I feel like it's kind of close in the vein of Dr. Manhattan. So if you wanted to like role play and feel that vibe in there, I think it definitely kind of has that look to it, especially if you go Harkonnen and you've got like the dark Citadel style building areas and, you know, stuff like that. But it was kind of like the test to see, mostly just from the tattoo, to see if we get it kind of close with the limitations of the character creator. But there you go. For number 7, I wanted to create kind of like a Mad Max character. This one was just wild from the start. She's got a lot of crazy features and bone structure and shape and all kinds of things. And I also, there's a lipstick option that goes across the mouth to the sides. So it's almost like, you know, the Mad Max where they spray themselves with the chrome paint. Kind of like that. I don't know. She's wacky, dude. She's wild. Kind of a fun character if you're looking for something a little bit different. She definitely kind of has that glare because of the eye size and the eye socket shape as well. So like she definitely has that like real intense, like, you know, death stare if you wanted to give her her look. But you know, I just think she's super unique and fun if you wanted to have something different. Also, I swear with her bone structure and the way the eye sockets ended up, when she looks, she has this like, do it, I dare you. I dare you to stab me with that Gom Jabbar. For number 8, I wanted to see how old we could go, and this is kind of like the limit, unfortunately, as far as like the range goes. Like this is all of the age and weathering and blemishes and stuff maxed out, and I feel like it still feels, I don't know, it still feels kind of young. But I also wanted to get maybe some like Northern European structure in there, you know, based on the way he looks. He definitely looks like some maybe British or Finnish famous actors that go along with that as well. But I just wanted to have, you know, like your veteran old guy that just ends up stuck on Arrakis for whatever reason, and he just is tired of everyone's nonsense, but he still has to like get it done. And, you know, when he buckles down, he's still super cool. For number 9, I wanted like a warrior princess. You know, there's so many different cultures that have this, like Xena or the Wonder Woman clan, or, you know, Death by Snoo Snoo or whatever, but just kind of like or like Wakanda or whatever, but just like obviously, you know, a woman who is raised on combat and is very skilled in it, and just kind of has like, you know, some kind of markings that represent her affiliation. I tried to use some of the tattoos. Again, I really wish there were more tattoos in the game, more marking options and whatever, but something that's a little bit different. She's got like the typical warrior top knot and things like that. And obviously you could change hair color or makeup color or whatever, but something that just like felt like it was very much like a tribal or like raised from birth kind of representation. For number 10, I actually started out as like a Spanish conquistador idea. I don't think he's like right up on that. He's got like some European influence outside of just that area as well. But overall, I think he turned out pretty cool. I like some kind of the similar ones. And I also like the fact that with the shorter like you know, tight, you know, high and tight style hairstyles for the men. You can show off some of the neck tattoos as well. So I like kind of the simple simplicity of it as well. And also, even though he's got that crazy outline, I tried to dull or dampen down the impact of the color and representation of that tattoo as well. That hopefully kind of leads into it on top of everything else. But I think he's got a kind of a mixture of like a fresh but also like cultured blend there as well, if you're looking for something that kind of fits this vibe. For number 11, I tried to make the oldest looking character I could. Again, kind of limited. Doesn't feel like she got all the way there. I was thinking about like, you know, Genkai from Yu Yu Hakusho, just very much is not willing to put up with anyone's business. Like, just like, she's seen far too much in her life. Just like kind of like super short, granny kind of character. You can see even here, she's very unimpressed with the way that the Reverend Mother is talking to her. But I think she's got her own kind of, her own flair and vibe as well. For number 12, I wanted to do kind of like a gym rat kind of character. You know, he's got the genetics and the macronutrients and the whey protein to back it up. But kind of, you know, the stronger features, takes care of himself, and just loves picking heavy stuff up and putting it back down kind of vibe to it. So that's what you're looking for. I think he kind of fits that bill a little bit. And obviously you could just import this and then use it for whatever it is that you want, alter it however you want. But stronger jaw, stronger bone structure, you know, got the high and tight, and then, you know, close to maxed out on the muscle definition as well. For number 13, I wanted a fashionista, you know, they like, listen, it's called fashion, honey, look it up, you know, kind of has that same, like, you know, a little more angular, a little more elongated, but takes good care of herself. I can imagine like the Devil Wears Prada, that kind of thing for the character. And I can definitely see her, especially with her like roaring 20s flapper girl hair, fitting into any one of those fashion movies or whatever that she tries to show off. Number 14, I wanted kind of a little bit more of like the femboy trope, I guess, just some kind of mix it up here. And in some cases, it almost looked like Mark Zuckerberg at different stages throughout, but he's got kind of like that, I would say like an ectomorph style setup, which means like, you know, like harder for them to gain weight and a little bit thinner in their overall, you know, slender form, but taller, obviously. And then he's got kind of like, you know, a little bit more feminine features on the side and bone structure, but, you know, has some different things there. Just the way the eyes ended up, it's like he's always surprised about everything. But I think, you know, if you're looking for this kind of vibe, he definitely has a very unique look, which is pretty cool. For number 15, it actually started out with the idea of like a ditzy girl next door, and I swear to God, it ended up looking like a character from Fallout. Maybe it's the hair with like the very like, you know, gel greased, like perfectly fit hair that makes me feel like it's a Fallout character, but it just ended up feeling, I feel like this character would fit perfectly in Fallout. But if you wanted to have, you know, something that looks like this, there you go. There's another character for you, number 15. For number 16, someone challenged me to make Steve Buscemi, which the tools aren't really there to get it like right on, but I tried my best to get it close, kind of like his younger years, like the messy hair that he had, those blue eyes, and just kind of like the way his jowls, you know, drop and stuff like that. So if you I don't know. I don't know how close it is. Comment down below how close this is to Steve Buscemi, but someone asked me to do it, so here you go. Here's another option for you. For number 17, we had to make a goth girlfriend, I guess like a goth queen, I don't know. There's definitely a lot of options that you can go with here. You can play around with the hairstyle as well, and also just, you know, what colors you want to do if you want to swap things out, but just kind of like going with more of a goth aesthetic. Again, I wish you could combine more tattoos together, like multiple tattoos, and control where they are and stuff like that. You know, with that limitation, there's only so much we can do, but we obviously have, you know, the hair color, the makeup, and, you know, some like darkness all around. And then just like to cap it off, I ended up putting like the Bene Gesserit hair on top of her. But again, you could you know, import the character from down below in the description, and then swap out the hair if you wanted to see something different. For number 18, I tried to make Shrek. I know, I know Shrek has his ogre form, and then he actually has a human form as well. But I just tried to get as close to his, like, I don't know, a mix between them. You can certainly add his like human form hair. They have one that's kind of close to where this is right now. But someone asked if I could do Shrek, so this is my best attempt at making Shrek in the Dune Awakening character creator. For number 19, I tried to make a muscle mommy. This is honest, like this is actually the female characters with all of the physique stacks maxed out. Like this is the maximum that you can do, and it feels like it's just not a very realistic top end, but I wanted to make a, you know, we had our gym bro, now we need our muscle mommy, so all the physical physique and muscle tone sliders maxed out with a little bit of a different take on the setup. No lipstick, but some eyeshadow and some other pieces there, and then like a warrior top knot just to kind of put it together. But if you're looking for a muscle mommy, this is, I think, the closest you can get in the current character creator, but at least it's like kind of a, you know, something different from the rest. Lastly, we have what started out as Nicolas Cage on his way to reclaim the Declaration of Independence. But people in chat said he ended up looking more Finnish or something by the end of it. So it's kind of Nicolas Cage inspired, I guess. We gave him a long forehead like mine, and then wanted to give him something to put on it. So I think this long tattoo goes well with the like receding hairline, as it does go like mostly through the top of the head, which is kind of cool that they kind of brought that in there. A little bit of aging kind of puts him up there, but again, we're limited by what the character creator can do from that standpoint as well. So if you're looking for like a, I don't know, if you're looking for this is what we got. So this is the last one, number 20. So that is 20 characters that you can use either as is, just lift it up and use it, whatever, or you can use it as inspiration, modify it, or kind of tweak it however you want. The way this is going to work, since this isn't a console game yet, we are all on PC, you're going to want to go to See Users, your username, and then Documents Dune Awakening. That's where you're going to find these JSON files. So all you have to do is, I have a link down below with the list of all of them. They're numbered based on how they are in the video. So just take that JSON file, put it in your Documents Dune Awakening folder, and then when the game launches, you'll be able to, when you launch the game, import the JSON into the game, into your character creator as well. Now these, it forces you to choose a backstory, a home world, a cast, a home world, and your starting class. Hopefully we'll be able to change those once you import it from the character creator into the live game. They'll ask you to finalize, I'm hoping, and potentially we may even see more customization options coming into the game, either with launch or, later on down the road, which I think would be really cool. So all you have to do is take from the description, grab that zip file, find the number that you like based on the number that's listed here, put that JSON file inside of Documents Dune Awakening, and as long as it's in there when you launch the full game, it should be able to import that from there, but you'll be able to use that there. So let me know which one you liked, which one was your favorite down below in the comments, and hopefully this was useful for you. If you found value in today's video, leave a like down below, leave a comment for the algorithm to help this video get seen by more people, and don't forget to check out my other channels for other content and other stuff and other things.